Good evening. I'm going to discuss how I feel about the COVID vaccine and tell you about my vaccination status and how COVID has affected me the last almost 3 years. Firstly, exactly a year ago, I was diagnosed with COVID for the very first time. Last summer, this week, as a matter of fact. So I just got one of my old hospital bills in the mail that I didn't pay for. But I was sick roughly for 8 weeks. I felt like I was drowning in a swimming pool. I couldn't get no air no matter how hard I pushed or tried. It's honestly one of the worst experiences of my life ever. And to top it off, I also got diagnosed with double pneumonia in both lungs. And that's what made me feel like I couldn't breathe. And I was discharged from the hospital a few hours later. I could not breathe. I really seriously thought I was going to die and that I needed oxygen. I was sucking on a Ventolin inhaler for dear life. That's all I could depend on. And I had to do it like 20 times a day. And I also used another steroid inhaler, Flovent. Life was really sucky at that point. I really thought the end was near. When you're close to death, you start to question, your life's journey, where you've been, what you've done, your past, your friends, those that have died, those that are still around, what the future is going to be like for them without you. What's the impact that you've made in this life? You start to question a lot of things, so I can say that I've been pretty close to death. At that point, and I questioned my life and wondered, what am I going to do? How did this happen? I recovered from that. I'm still here a year later. And in that time period, I've caught COVID roughly about 6 times. Maybe more. I don't even know anymore. But I can tell you because I would go to those randomized test sites where they have vans waiting for you and they swab your nose and you wait in line and you get a result in a couple days. I took those a lot because to go into restaurants and gyms and other public places at the time, you needed to show proof of negative test or proof of a vaccine. And I'm not vaccinated. I've not taken one single COVID vaccine because I don't agree with it personally. All my friends who've taken the shot have all gotten sick. Some have even died, and I just don't trust an experimental shot. And I still don't. I can catch COVID another 10 more times, I still won't do it. I'll die with COVID, I still won't do it. There's no way in fucking hell I'm going to ever take those stupid vaccines, whether it's Moderna, Pfizer, or whatever, or Johnson & Johnson. I'll not take any. And I think the media is brainwashing people into doing this forcibly against their will. And Big Pharma is the one making the money. Because think about it. If everybody was healthy and nobody was sick, then the hospitals and the medical facilities would go under. It would sink like the Titanic. That's the honest to God truth. The world needs us to be sick so we can be their guinea pigs, so we can do their bidding, so they can advertise all these meds. You notice how all these medications are on TV all the time? Since when did every commercial have a different medication? Back in the day, there might have been like maybe 1, 2, or 3 commercials, but almost like for every 3 commercials, there's like 3 freaking advertisements. It's just the way the world is. I mean, I get it. Big Pharma's in control and they're trying to make money. But I'm not going to be your guinea pig. I've got a choice. I do not have to take these vaccines. They are not mandatory. And even if they were mandatory, I would fight tooth and nail. I would start a French Revolution if I had to, or a civil war over it. I am not taking the fucking jab. No way, no how. No thank you. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. No thank you. And a lot of people, even some of my other friends who are big on science, got on my case and said that I'm doing something very stupid. And these are people who watch the news a lot, who are brainwashed by the media. I don't follow mainstream news. I watch it a little bit, but it just bothers me too much. When I was a kid, it used to interest me, but I look at it now, I just want to fucking laugh my ass off. It's like I've said, you don't see one fat weather woman or fat anchorman on there, or anybody that looks normal. They're all pretty looking porn stars ready to get fucked. That's what they look like to me. Even though they're human beings and people, that's what I see. They look like Ken dolls and Barbie dolls, all ready to get fucked. They don't look like real people. Somebody tells them what to say and what to do. They're good looking, but they didn't write that shit themselves that's in there. Somebody else told them what to say and what to do, and that is why they have a job. Nobody will tell you this. There's people out there that don't believe. You're going to dismiss me as a crazy person, but there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying. Watch the news. See for yourself. Do you see one ugly person on the news? Do you? Watch the news every day for the next week and tell me that there's not one ugly person on the news. Normal looking person. Even an obese person. The only one I can think of, Al Roker. He's no longer there anymore. He's long gone. He was a fat guy, but he was good looking. He wasn't bad looking or anything. But my point is, we've become a nation of followers, and that is just unacceptable. We as individuals need to decide what we want to believe in and who we want to believe in. We can't believe what someone else says, just like you guys don't have to believe what I say, but at least hear me out, and you decide from there and do your own research. Then come back and tell me I'm wrong or right. I think that's only fair. I'm just saying, hear me out. Don't believe everything you hear. The media is still trying to drag COVID out. This pandemic's been going on 3 years now. They're just trying to get Big Pharma to get more money, because they're the ones in power. Those with money are the ones in power. That is an honest to God truth, and it's an unfortunate truth, but it's a truth. I'll not be forced to do anything I don't want to do. I'll not give up my rights as a human being, my right to bear arms, my right to have a dwelling and to pay rent like every other normal person, my right to eat good food. I'll not give up my rights. Now, if I do something that lands me in jail and I do something stupid, yeah, okay. But I'm not planning to do anything stupid, so I think I'm clear, at least for now. But with that said, for those of you that have taken the vaccine, I've seen a lot of you, some that I do know, that have gotten close to death, deathly sick, and you've caught COVID several times. Now, I've caught COVID several times. However, the other times, except for maybe the second or third time, I had a little bit of a mild cold, stuffy nose, green phlegmogen. Otherwise, everything else was working just fine. I still had my appetite. I had a problem with smell a little bit, but it was just a typical cold. I didn't really feel sick. Second time, I felt nothing at all, actually. The first time was when I got the sickest. I had the double pneumonia, and I was taking a lot of inhalers to try to breathe, because my breathing was really bad. Yeah, there's going to be people that disagree with me and say that I'm stupid for not taking the vaccine, but hey, it is my choice. We live in a free country, even though the government runs it and tells everybody what to do, what to wear, what to say, what to eat. I'm not your typical person. I got my own voice. I'm an individual who has Asperger's, who speaks for the autistic community. Those who've been through similar things that I've been through will understand. The world might not understand, but I understand. And I really hope that this stops eventually and that we can just go on living our lives and we can forget about COVID. The world's trying to forget, but the people in power are trying to make it stay. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Let it fucking die. Let it rest. Move on. Stop fucking trying to get people scared and riled up. Stop trying to strike fear and terror into other people. Leave them the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Leave us alone. Don't bother us. We have a right to do what we want to do. We're a free nation. Our forefathers gave us that right. You have the right. I have the right. And everyone else that isn't present has the right too. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't agree with the COVID vaccine. I urge you to do your results, your research. You have to go to some other websites to look up the information I've looked up. Google censors everything on COVID, unfortunately, because you keep trying to drag this shit out till the end. I mean, unless this shit's handled, there's going to be a major war in this country. Just you wait and see. Give it another 2, 3, 4, 5 years max. Something seriously bad's going to happen. There's going to be a serious uprising. And honestly, I wish I could say I wasn't here to see it, because I don't want to see it. I just want to sit down and watch my TV and make videos and eat good food. Tired of dealing with the world and dealing with people. People are going to do what they want to do regardless, whether I say anything or whoever says anything. And if I were a celebrity in Hollywood, I would have never made it, because I speak the truth and I spell it like I see it. I don't sugarcoat shit. And people don't want to hear the truth. They'd rather hear a lie. There's that 9 Inch Nails song, Terrible Lie. Check it out. But I hope you guys make the right decision.